According to my opinion, if you ask me today, that person that could have changed the economy of the Republic of Kenya, that was Raila Odinga. When I say that, I have my reasons and I have my opinions. And I want to say it very clear. When Uhuru Kenyatta came out the other time, saying that let us try Raila Odinga as the next president of the Republic of Kenya, this was not because of the interest of Uhuru Kenyatta, that Raila Odinga was going to protect the wealth that Uhuru Kenyatta was having. In fact, today William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua are in the new administration. And mark my words, nothing will happen to the businesses of Uhuru Kenyatta, nothing will happen to the businesses of Raila, nothing will happen to the business of people like Francis Atwoli and others that William Ruto and their brigades were coming out, that the presidency of Raila Odinga was to come and protect the wealth of these rich people. One thing that you must realize, when Uhuru Kenyatta came out very elaborate in terms to saying and suggesting that people to elect Raila Odinga as the president, he knew that these people who are going to be likely to be elected, that is William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, they are the same people that were in his government, where Uhuru himself was the president, William Ruto was the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua was a close ally to Uhuru Kenyatta in terms to the politics of Mount Kenya region are concerned. But listen, when Uhuru Kenyatta said that let us try Raila Odinga, was because he do understand the works and also the performance of William Ruto and of course Rigathi Gachagua. Today, it has come to our attention that William Ruto has recognized that things are not good at all. Why are they coming at this moment saying that things are not okay? That is why these allegations that they brought in the other time, when they were accusing Uhuru Kenyatta that Uhuru Kenyatta was not performing, now it is fully, they have now fully having the mandate that Kenyans has already given them towards performing and delivering what they were promising. Because one thing that I have realized today, while William Ruto was having a prayer and thanksgiving in State House, there was nothing new that he was coming out with. At times I say that God for us all and man for himself. When William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua came out to request for the mandate from Kenyans to lead as the new government and new administration, they thought that everything was smooth, everything was okay. To me, I want to say, they must feel that pinch where Uhuru Kenyatta was feeling at the shoe where the president was feeling towards delivering to Kenyans. But wait, do you remember 2018 when Uhuru Kenyatta came out bored, exhausted, looking for Raila Odinga for his help? In fact, the decision that Uhuru Kenyatta came up with to ensure that Raila Odinga was the part and the consultation team that he was going to rely on when it comes to running the government, after his deputy William Ruto decided that he was going to part ways with him, this helps Uhuru Kenyatta to deliver certain part of what he promised Kenyans. Now, William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, they have come out very elaborate many times, saying that Raila Odinga is the person that has been derailing the development, the progress of the economy of the Republic of Kenya. Now, there are advices that has come out to advise Raila Odinga and his team to keep off, not to have a mandamano, not to interfere with the government of William Ruto, but to give them chance to work. And that was a good idea. So, if 2027 is going to come, then is going to be a mandate asking them question that, look, you said that the handshake of Raila Odinga Uhuru Kenyatta made people to suffer in terms of the economy of the Republic of Kenya. You promised that when you are going to take the administration and the government, you are going to make changes that Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga failed because of their handshake. Now what happens? Because whatever we are receiving now is that William Samoei and Rigathi Gachagua, they're just complaining, giving excuses that, oh, there's debts, or there's... In fact, I remember very well, when William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua were campaigning, they said they knew the routes, how they were going to control and to ensure that the economy was going to get back on track. After that, you must realize that what Uhuru Kenyatta was passing through, William Ruto has already started to pass through. But the difference is, Uhuru Kenyatta was willing to have Raila Odinga to assist him, to have this broad way of knowing how to deliver what was remaining. And in fact, when you look at the final term of Uhuru Kenyatta, he did it extremely well. So to Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta, I think it is a celebration for them in a palace. Why? Because what they thought that was going to be easy for William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua at all is not coming to pass. Because when they came out to ensure that they were going to win this contest in whichever way, Raila Odinga came out to petition the case in the Supreme Court. Some people said that Raila Odinga is derailing what William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua could have already delivered to Kenyans. So I think perhaps Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto, they thought that the government was being run the way they were running their campaigns across the Republic of Kenya. What William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua must understand is that running the government and running campaign rallies is so different the way you manage them. Remember, running a campaign is just throwing words shagala bagala up and down, right, center, and all those kind of things. But to run a government, you must be curious, you must be cautious. A lot of things are so much, at times, perhaps, let me say that to run a government is not easy as Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto was thinking. So I think the importance of Raila Odinga, Ruto begging for Raila Odinga to be part and the parcel of the government of William Ruto, was that even you can see the other time when Rigathi Gachagua met Raila Odinga in Mombasa, this was not a coincidence. It was already thing that was already planned. And this was purely planned to ensure that there's a certain agenda that they're going to achieve. But because Raila Odinga has been so much cautious in terms to being lured with certain promises and fake promises, that he knew that this was not going to come with an expectation of his supporters, Raila Odinga has ensured that he is keeping distance from this administration. So I think William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, the prophecies that these two pastors came out with, Pastor Ezekiel and also Pastor T. Mwangi, I think the prophecies are going to come to pass. And even you can see everything on a standstill. Nothing is moving, nothing is happening. Even William Samoei himself and Rigathi Gachagua, they are afraid to appoint these cabinet ministers because after appointing them, what next? Because the account is empty. Rather, even if they're saying that they released 3.9 billion Kenyan shillings to subsidize fertilizer, fertilizers was not subsidized. Who told you that fertilizers were subsidized? Was subsidized? Because what I know according to my thoughts and what I saw was that Russia gave out the donation of fertilizers across the world to several countries, and Kenyans are among those countries. So for them to come out that they're subsidizing fertilizer is just to close the eyes of their supporters and what people are expecting. But to subsidize something that was donated free is something, a cheap lie. So I think William Samoei is now understanding what Uhuru Kenyatta was passing through. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you, what are your thoughts? Is it a celebration for Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta? Because William Ruto thought that what Uhuru Kenyatta was doing and Raila Odinga was cheap. So this is going to cost them. What are your thoughts? Drop your opinion in the comment section below. Otherwise, I want to appreciate you so much because of your great support. If you are a visitor, please do me a favor and ensure that you subscribe to this channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Bye bye. Till we meet on another video.